No, I'm just, you know me. You know I am. I'll call it what it is. It is retarded.
And we are live.
We are live, finally, people.
Take two.
Gosh.
Hey, everyone.
Hey,
Welcome
everybody.
to another live. It's so lovely to see you all in the chats, just chatting it up as always. I just love the fact that you're operational out here in these streets. It's like, yeah. Don't mind us. We'll come when you know what I mean?
Yeah, man.
Yay.
Listen, hey, look, these are the things like you
This is why
I'm not gonna get into the nitty gritty is what you're saying of these BS, but I'm just like, you're a big company, fix it. God damn.
Oh, hi everyone.
Anyway, happy to be here.
Really happy to be here. And it's a lovely day today. Real talk, I'm channeling lovely days now. I've had enough.
Me too.
I've had enough of the bad weather. I'm done. I'm not gonna let the weather dictate my mood.
Hang on, you didn't have bad weather in ages.
Yeah, easy.
You've been channeling then?
Easy ages.
For sure.
Just for summer, babe.
What are we doing this? It's UK anyway.
Hi everyone. Bonjour.
Bonjour tout le monde.
Guten Tag. Hi everyone.
Yeah.
Buongiorno. Buenos dias. Good morning. I hope you are all well. I know you're all well. And we have a lot to cover. It goes without saying that we'll chat until the chat's what it is.
Should we wait to see if there's more people to come?
I'm gonna give 5 minutes.
I was just joking.
Oh, I'm gonna give.
You waiting? Were you late?
No, I was gonna get into some banter and say my hellos.
Okay, go on.
Okay,
yeah, I like that.
Because Soul Family's here, so boom.
Hey Danny, hey Jay, hey Juliana, hey everybody, Asil. Okay, go ahead.
You see when someone likes whatever, and then they just jump in front of you like whatever.
I did really. Just winding you up a little. Go on. Go ahead.
You're good. Hey Tom, we got Deanna, we got Juliana, we got ACL, we got Tasha. We have John. Hey everyone, it's so lovely to have you here. Danny. Hey Danny. Danielle. It's so lovely to have everyone here. Yeah, it's been eventful this week, hasn't it? And yeah, we seem to be having a lot of new faces as of late. Yep. And it's lovely. Right? We did win. We did win the push button game. I love the way that Tom explained that. Yeah. Oh gosh, I really enjoy these Sundays. It's been an eye-opener. This whole entire week has been quite magical, and I only mean that in the fact that I've just been going with the flow, and the flow's been flowing, and I'm not fighting it. And whatever reveals itself is what reveals itself. Hey Jay, whatever reveals itself, and it's just been lovely. Yesterday, we had our premiere. We were chatting it up there. Everyone who came and commented, everybody who came and was just in the chats or just watching, thank you.
Yeah, thank you for that.
Yeah, thanks for that. And it's always a good time, but it's funny that Omondi's words today are pain and another word.
Well, John's going to be happy. Indolence.
Indolence,
yeah.
No, I'm checking if I said it right.
Yeah, I guess because I still have a French accent, so I want to say like.
Yeah, but I'm de-Frenching your French and then recreating it in
indolence.
Indolence?
Yeah.
Okay. Coherence handler. Heya. Bonjour, everyone. And it's just been lovely. Not that it hasn't been without its moments where it's like, okay, what's going on here? What am I looking at? And then it's just been like, oh, okay, nothing to fear here. We're just moving forward. I did have intrepidation. I ain't gonna lie. I had intrepidation about the last episode, but everyone in the community just reminded me quick, fast, and in a hurry who I'm talking to. Sovereign souls out here. I love that everyone has their own opinion and their own take on life and their own stories. Whether or not you've shared them or not, you know how to wear your stories with enough grace where you can have compassion for others and give them the space to be able to tell theirs without jumping in and like having them play the villain in your stories. And I really love that about this soul family. I truly do. And I appreciate each and every one of you for how you lot turn up for not only each other, but for us as well, as we are a part of this community. And I love it. So thanks. So thank you. So yeah, let's get with the words. Pain. It's a good one.
Yeah.
As soon as you because this is how it goes. He doesn't tell me what he's going to chat about. It's a surprise. But I said, no, I'm not having it this morning. Much love to you too, tenfold.
I could lie. Tell you it's one thing, but it's not. And it's like, ha ha.
Oh God, touche.
You didn't expect that one.
And I don't know, but John came up with the idea, and Omondi thought it was great to talk about pain and indolence.
I mean, if you guys want me to cover some words, by all means, just send it on the actual email that we have. That I think is tellus at theos888.com, and then
just tell us.
well, yeah, tell us, and we'll pick. We'll pick it up from there.
Yeah,
and then yes. I didn't get my stuff together.
It's all right.
Due to the technical issues.
I shall film.
Yeah, you do that. If you don't mind, and then I'll just get my stuff together. God damn.
So yeah, usually I find out what the word is, and then it's like too late for me to actually collect my thoughts about it, and then I've got this whole sea of thoughts to think about, and they all come flooding in like way after the live, and I'm there chatting it up with him as we're like out in the park with the kids or doing whatever. So today, at least he told me what they were. I was like, oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
Also, yesterday's episode.
Don't get used to it, though. I'm only joking.
Also, yesterday's episode reminded me also of all of the times where I have seen other beings who didn't look like me and acted quite ignorant about it. I was like, we're not far off, are we? We're not so different as those who we judge for whack-ass basic bitch reactions to race, right? Oh, how quickly they send up this a reflection of who it is that we decide that is such a bother to us, right? So yeah, I'm gonna be a bit more not allowing, fuck that, but forgiving when I see people acting a little ignorant about shit. I'm like, okay, fine. Allow you, because sometimes that be happening to me. Especially with the being who had like some he was looking like a jellyfish in the face. That's what had happened. Okay. So I was a little bit like disgusted. Dread, right?
Yeah, I hear judging.
Yo. I was like, wow. Wow. But when I tell you one of the most dopest experiences I've had took me on a ship, showed me what the earth looked like from his perspective. I'm saying his because of the energy was kind of giving masculine energy more than feminine, but I didn't see what. I couldn't tell you. There was just too much hanging from the face. But after a while, that all fades away, especially once they start talking to you and you just realize that they are a being as well. You know what? I will find it and you can talk.
No, you talk.
It's always better when someone else looks. Do you know what it is? I have a thing where I do not like watching Omondi look for things.
Yeah, I know you don't. Look.
I said it. I don't like watching you look for things. I just don't. It's because I'm like, oh, what are you looking for now?
You know the power of minding your own business.
Okay. Enough said.
Yeah, not enough. You know, say less.
Say less.
Say less. Say less.
But then what it took me on telling me about pain, by the way, which I'll probably share this about it, is how much of us make decisions based on the pain that we're going through or a perceived pain that we went through and still hang on to, haven't let go of, or are in an environment where we're asked to relive the pain and we choose to again and again and again. And then it brought me to the idea that so many of us in the community were and are empaths, whether you're a sensitive kid, indigo kid, starseed, whatever it is you want to call it, rainbow kid. The names are endless for you being able to pick up on the spaces around you. Pattern recognition, when people are off, when a situation is sus, all of that good stuff. And being put into places or environments that are just so jarring to your nervous system, you're in some form of pain for it, and finding a place to put it and navigating that, usually by yourself as a child. And that's probably also why a lot of us found ourselves getting into creative outlets, and like that was our comfort. And it's like our safe space. But then when you hear the call in to then share that safe space, and I did have this conversation like this yesterday, then you can become vulnerable again. And I say this to say, because I know so many of us are either artists, or whether we draw, or we do music, or we dance, or we're just great talkers, or we are great creators in one way or another, or we're healers. Whichever way it is, we have these talents that we'd like to take to another level, and or require for us to be seen in one way, shape, or form. And then we're back again at that place where we have to be vulnerable. Hey, Loretta, you see what I mean? Loretta, she's a creative as well. Danny, Diana, Juliana, there's so many of us, even people who aren't even on the live stream right now, they're just listening. So many of us are artists in one way or another, writers, whether we write screenplays or just books or whatever it is. And creating it has been a place that we feel safe. And it's literally painful when you share that side of you and it's rejected in one way or another, or called into question, because it feels like such a part of yourself, and it feels like your life raft at times. That one space that's untouched by the outside environment, that doesn't feel so viscerally painful. And then when you share these things, and they're not taken in a way that is as loving as you approach yourself, or you become a target to those who have their own shit going on, their own fears going on, and insist on wearing it on their sleeves, then all of a sudden you feel like that's taken away from you. And how quickly we snatch it back and go back into hiding, right?
It's so true.
How many of us are then dealing with the pain of being unseen? But it's like this self-imposed cage. And it's going to come a day really soon, as we expand our knowledge, as we expand our awareness, that we're going to need to exit. We're going to need to exit that space where we don't allow ourselves to be seen, don't allow ourselves, our authentic selves, to be seen.
Yeah, I'll see if you comment before we start. Actually, you know what? I had some technical issues here, so I'm gonna start.
Everyone's rocking with it.
Indolence, and I don't know, some stuff seems to have been zapped totally, so I don't know why. So anyway, I had a whole introduction and everything, but anyway, so I seen Tom saying one of Pen's final lessons is not to hold on to. It's simply because I know the lesson does not mean I can teach you how not to hold on to pain. Y'all got to learn how individually. It's very, very true. Yeah,
because everyone's pain threshold is different.
Yeah, that's so true. So anyway,
so true, Tom.
I'm seeing as well, Tom again. So Tom saying pain often brings wisdom. Pain passes and the wisdom remains. Pain is only pain. It will pass. Face it, get it dealt with, and let it pass. The wisdom will remain.
Yeah.
So and John, you say, Shem, to your point though, you could ever be could we ever be comfortable with another person if we are not comfortable with ourselves? Some of us come here simply to explore ourselves. That's so true.
It is.
Yeah.
And it's like you have to become your first and biggest fan of that space where you can allow yourself to enjoy that which you create, and that which you are.
Yeah.
Without needing anyone else's applause. Do you remember any of you being a kid and how much it was just second nature to get up and do something and then clap for yourself?
Like, just it's true. Yeah.
Until someone said, hang on a minute, you're not supposed to clap for yourself. And you're like, oh, why not? And then they tell you, because that's arrogance. That's, big-headed. And then you're like, oh, that's a bad thing. And you stop doing it. But that was that first crack, okay? Because whose business is it if you are singing to yourself in the mirror with your hairbrush, minding your own business, and then you put on a stellar performance, okay, and you clap for yourself? How's that anybody else's business?
It's so true. Yeah.
How is that hurting anybody?
You have to be a bigger cheerleader. Is that not true?
Basically. And then also it starts giving you a little bit more compassion with yourself. And then you find yourself being able to extend that to others when they have the guts to step into the arena, because you know what it takes. And this is a big reason also why I think a lot of the community are fellow creators in one way or another. And we do openly support one another because we know what it takes to step into the arena and be seen, even if it's a glimpse of the things that we want to do, even if that's baby steps that we're taking. So Juliana was like, yes, I was always calling people out in the music, and I wrote in my youth. Yeah, sometimes it means like that. It comes from a place of like, this is your outlet, your creative outlet, sometimes your biggest outlet. Yeah, exactly. Torn. All right, I'm still reading. Hey, Creo. So Jay's saying he'd been an empath. I asked for the gift to be removed from me. Haven't we all been like, please just take this from me real quick? I asked for the gift to be removed from me 5 years ago because everyone was too loud too often. Wow, I feel you. But now I want the gift back. I miss it. I realize being an empath is part of me. Yeah. And Shelby right here. Hey. Yay, good. Happy you're here, soul family.
Hey, Shelby.
And as the conversation expands, this is my part right here, right now. What are we stepping away from in fear of the pain it will cause from being rejected in some way? And that most authentic part of ourselves that we see as authentic, that last part of our flame that we hold without it being snuffed out by someone else's feisty self or feisty ass opinion, are we going to hide away from? But then it comes a time where you're realizing hiding is just as painful as displaying and having someone's opinion be sometimes ignorantly shared or carelessly shared. And sometimes, because we are empaths, we can feel into how visceral it is for them. And a lot of the times you're just like, oh, this is something you wanted for yourself, but you don't have the courage to do it. So you come at me like this. I see. And then we can hold compassion and move on and not take the pain on for ourselves. And that could be, and as I said, this is, some of us are great healers, some of us are great seers, some of us are all of those things. And then when you do start stepping into your authenticity and showing the spectrum of which you are, you can start seeing that there's not one flame that anyone can snuff out for you.
No.
Because you're just all of the flames. If you allow yourself to express yourself in your fullness.
Somebody's just out. So thank you for feeling
okay
for me. So
but another thing. No,
I apologize. I don't know. My whole thing's got zapped.
No. I'm still reading. Let me read the comments.
Let me
read the comments.
Get to read the comments.
You just got your shit together.
Yeah.
Okay.
My thing got tapped.
I know.
So I had to put it back together real quick.
Blessings. All right. So we're getting Creo. He's like in the movie Cars. There was a character saying to herself, if you keep talking to yourself, people gonna think you crazy. And being an empath seems to take over our health at times. Yeah, especially when we displace where to put other people's emotions that we feel and confuse as our own, you know? And then Deanna said, I numb and tormented myself for a long time to try to dull the empath in me. Yeah, because it's easier that way. At a time it felt kinder that way. It felt kinder to yourself that way. You were just self-soothing. And that's why when we had a lot of us have experienced addictions or obsessions, or whether it's what's the other one? OCD,
yeah.
Yo, the OCD story really out here in these empath streets. If you know, you know. But any of those things, they're all coping mechanisms that we may have experienced as a result of picking up on all of these feelings and other people's pains and other people's emotions and other people's energies. And it's always been funny to me how people want to tap into that side of themselves. And for those of us who have experienced it from young, tend to do the opposite because of how egregious it was to us at the time, how painful it was to us at the time. But as we become older and more compassionate with ourselves and have more outlets that can serve us and rejuvenate us, and ease and really nourish our nervous systems, we can then take it on and be like, you know what? It it's my gift because I said it is. It's no longer my burden or my obligation. It's me. It's just me. And that's fine. And then you learn how to love it. As you learn how to love yourself without condition, you love your conditions without condition. And then you can start really just sitting with yourself, holding your corner. Hey, Casey.
Hey, Casey.
Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Yeah, so a lot of wonderful things being said.
Yeah. So many empaths among us.
So Diana is saying yes, Tom. You're talking in reference to Tom. Yeah, same exactly. Yeah.
Hang on, are you trying to take the helm? We know what happens when you take the helm.
Oh, what was that?
You skip something. Look at that.
Yeah.
So Tom was saying, I took the pain of powerful empath from a very young age, and I refused to let the pain convince me to dull it. It fucking hurt. Okay. 10 toes. I feel that. Became an addict for a bit, and then escapism and whatnot. And he felt the whole thing. Yeah. He felt the whole thing. Yeah. And he knows why he dulled it. And a lot of us do dull it in one way or another.
Yeah, for sure.
And that's what we're asked to. And I think that this shift in us, because we've already been tapped in, is what we're asked to now love without condition. You know?
So Loretta is saying something interesting as well.
Deanna agrees as well. Yeah, she had the same full circle moment. And Loretta, she said, I went and heard a tribute band to Pink Floyd. Oh, it's strange how the lyrics and the meanings are so different now. They were talking about out of body on a few of their songs. Yes, you know what? That reminds me of a song I was listening to the other day by Kate Bush. Blow Away. And she's literally talking about how one of the guys that she works with, who used to do the construction, like putting together the stage, had passed away. But he spoke about how he had his out-of-body experiences. And I just got it immediately. And it was just so lovely to listen to with these new ears that we have. It's like we're refinding ourselves. And then we found out how many times we were sitting with an answer and simultaneously asking for the answer, receiving it, but then not seeing it in our faces as it was being presented to us, which is also beautiful, because it kind of gives you comfort that the answer is around if we have eyes to see and ears to hear it. Creo is saying, I remember when Corey Brandon said that he got bored at times doing OBEs with what if that's the main reason to come out here in the first place and feel other people's feelings as an empath to experience, the fullness. Exactly. Yeah, so true with the songs as well. And then Casey's saying, a lot of music is speaking on an OBE or waking up. And the truth of these days, it's like, wow, that's like a majority of the music that I've been writing and that we've written over the years, from like even our first release, like even in EDM stuff that we used to do, it's all about that. It's about our dream space, our guides talking to us, OBEs, music, the whole 9 yards. Like if you go back and listen to it, like Breathe, Behold, Spirit, all of the songs, even now the ones that we're releasing.
I mean, music in other art form is channeled most of the time.
Exactly. So let's get to your words, your etymologies, pain and indolence.
Yeah, we're gonna go for that. But I want to mention about the music. By the way, we have a song out, and I think some of you know know about it, but maybe you guys don't know. It's on Shem's channel, Behold, so you guys can go and check it out and
Yeah.
find out about it.
Yeah.
Give us a feedback.
Or not.
Oh no, no, but like, hey, yeah, listen to it. Like it's not about.
It's not that.
It's
It's
about.
just like,
It's an experience. So
or not.
no, you don't have to, but
And I also want to make everyone
comment
aware.
below and press, click like, and we'll be good with that.
I also want to, and that's not me explaining it away or hiding, babe. It's not that.
No, I
It's
didn't
just
take
that
it like
right
that.
now I'm at a phase where it's like I'm kind of, and this is what I spoke about last night with a community member. Showing up not for now or for anyone who may hear now, but showing up for people who may hear 10 years from now, 20 years from now. How many times have you gone back to a song and you've been seeing the comment section and someone says, who's here in 2026? And you well and know the song is just old.
Yeah, but you know what? The truth, in all fairness, we tend to do things, but we don't necessarily share it right away, and we keep creating new stuff. So, for the sake of honoring what we're doing, I think that it's important to share.
Yeah.
As even if sometimes you repeat yourself, it's just there's some people that are new and may not know about it, or
Of course, my
sometimes
love.
they have missed it. So
Of
anyway,
course.
and talking about new, I think we got someone new now.
Hiya.
Hiya.
We're going to go with Mr. C.
Mr. C, yeah. Soul to Souls,
Back to
1999 hit Back
life.
to Life.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Listen. Don't let me start, because
Right?
every time, don't do it. That was banging here in London, right? That was the song over here.
And Diana, thank you, because she said, yeah, oh my God, yeah, Behold, absolutely beautiful song. So yeah, go and check it out, guys.
Yeah, thank you.
Guys and girls.
It's a journey. It's a journey. And now Shelby saying, an old friend asked me when did I give up on life? Oh wow. I sometimes take on people's illness until I remember where the energy came from, which causes my isolation. So I'm no longer a social butterfly. Listen, that empath thing, knowing the space between what is your energy and what is someone else's. And boundaries, you know what? Before I start my reading, for anybody who works with energies, though we all are energy, and for any empaths there who feel like they need to reset their boundaries, especially if you find yourself doing something simple like going shopping and you're in the shops, you had a good day, and then for some reason you're just suddenly in a bad mood, and then you find out it's someone that you walk past and you've just picked up on their energy and you're holding it in your frame. Just little things like that is a Tuesday in an empath's life, right? Just a way that you can hold your energy, read other people's if you choose to or care to in that moment, but then not confuse your own with theirs, so that you can hold place for yourself in a way that can keep you balanced, and then you don't have to diminish yourself to make room for other people's energy. Yeah.
So I'm going to start, okay? So we're going to cover two words, pain and indolence. Indolence.
Yeah.
So I've got a little introduction to read. So regarding pain, we tend to treat pain as an intruder, something that arrives to interrupt a life that would otherwise run smoothly. But language remembers something we've forgotten. Pain was never meant to be only an obstacle. It was a signal, a death made visible, a reckoning that asked to be witnessed. Seen this way, pain is not simply the opposite of a good life. It can be one of the ways life expands us. Discomfort widens what we we are capable of feeling, understanding, and holding. It carves capacity the way pressure shapes a reverb. Without some friction, growth has nowhere to press against. This isn't a call to seek out suffering or to romanticize it. It's an invitation to ask a different question when pain arrives. Not only how do I make this stop, but what is this asking me to become capable of? The same is true for indolence. Its quiet counterpart, what looks like absence, stillness, slowness, ease, may also be doing invisible work, making room for what comes next. What follows is an exploration of two words whose origins have been narrowed by time. So let's go on to pain.
All right.
So one thing with pain, the etymology of it, it's from the Old French pen, so it's very similar, and it's from the Latin root poena,
Okay.
poena. I think this but I guess if you pronounce it fast, it's poena. So
Yeah.
Poena,
But
and
can I talk about the French one? So pen is like the same as pain, but I thought we call it douleur. Douleur.
we use two etymology. So the douleur part you find it in indolence. The
Okay.
part is the dolent, which is
All right.
the same
Word.
root as douleur in French, which is pain as well.
Okay.
So we've got two words in French that covers it, and it's from Greek as well. So I'm going to spell it Poine, which is pointe.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not too sure if I'm pronouncing the Greek root well, but that's the spelling.
Okay.
So what it means, it's penalty, punishment, retribution, compensation for a wrong originally. Pain did not mean bodily sensation. So it's a compensation for a wrong. It didn't mean bodily sensation. It had nothing to see with physical, being physically hurt or wounded. It just it's just based off of um, something that is not actually physical.
Wow.
Yeah. So
That's why punishment is something that is given to you is given to you by someone else, or like someone. I will give you punishment. I will
yeah,
give you pain.
yeah. So that's So yeah,
Okay.
so yeah, so originally, yeah, pain did not mean bodily sensation. So that's to be understand, but it is seen as a compensation for a wrong. So the meaning was that I guess it's a balancing out of something. So the reason why I did the introduction the way I did it is because more than seeing as a nuisance, it's an indication. It's a I wouldn't say a red flag, but something to alert you that something needs to be fixed or rethought. Really.
Punishment. Do you
So
know what? I'm getting some comments.
yeah,
Firstly, about the music, which ties in with the ideas of OBE pain and different things, which now we can start listening with different ears. Tina Marie, Rick James, yeah, their metaphysical stuff is on point, right?
yeah,
So much rare groove stuff is as well. And then Creo makes a good point because he's like, anyone else embracing their abilities to just daydream. I feel like kids embrace it naturally. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. Yes. That's literally my gateway to most of my hypnagogic stages or meditations. Straight up. Like it's the easy way. It's the way that I've always done it. Jay would agree as well. Deanna as well. And now back to the music idea around the word pain. So John has said that the song "What Is Love," idiot,
Yeah.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
um, talks to that statement about love being an antidote, somewhat for or answering for pain. Like it's the opposite of punishment. And now that you're saying, yeah, pain being more a punishment than it is like a bodily thing,
Yeah.
answers two things. One, yes, love would be the antidote for that,
Mm-hmm.
because you either show someone punishment or you show them some love, which would be then mercy, right?
Yeah.
But then it also harps back to the fact where when any of the children feel pain, I do ask them to explain what it is they're feeling. Not, I'm in pain, ow, ow, ow. Does it burn? Does it sting? Is it pressure? Is it throbbing? These are all different sensations. Explain the sensation. Don't just say, I'm hurt, I'm hurt, I'm hurt. It doesn't give me enough information so that I can actually help you ease that in yourself. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I
And I
understand.
think
Yeah.
giving it a blanket, like what we've known it to be, pain. Oh, I'm in pain. It just diminishes the sensation of what it is, and it makes it harder to pinpoint, so that we can't actually get to the ease we need to.
Yeah, exactly.
In that moment.
So also we are taking away from our natural way of processing things. So the whole point of this was, and I'm saying a seal, you're saying panos, pen in Greek, plural, is ponoi. Yeah, I've got something like a different spelling than you. Have got a Poine, but hey, you know what?
Yeah,
I understand. While I take yours, it's easier to pronounce anyway.
we out here just
So
elevating the languages.
so
I love
absolutely.
it.
So now, what the things I'm trying to point out, I'm gonna just finish reading a little small part, and I'm gonna say something about that. So it described a penalty exacted for an offense, something owed or suffered as a consequence. Over time, its meaning shifted from punishment imposed from without um, to suffering experienced within, and eventually to physical or emotional hurt of any kind. So the thing is, what's happening is this: the reason why this keep us not aligned is because, okay, if maybe you eating too much of something, your body react from that and say, oh, hey, you're having too much of whatever, too much pizza, and then you get a tummy ache. Let's say, I'm just, do you know what? I'm not even going to use that analogy. I'm going to use the fact that you're having too much plums, and then your tummy is griping you. It's your tummy saying, I think we've got enough now. You're about to shit yourself. So it's an indication, just a warning and saying to you, hey, maybe you want to set course differently now.
Yeah.
Right?
Head to the toilet.
Right. But if you take it as an intruder, as pain being something that is a punishment, your interpretation physically, mentally, emotionally becomes different, because you see it as an obstacle,
or that something that you've done wrong and it's your fault, and now you have to go through this punishment as a result of your actions, and then you get into the blame of,
right,
you hurt me, or I hurt me, or I'm hurting myself, not
exactly.
that my tummy has told me.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. So as opposed to just being an indication of something that's going to, it's like a prediction for what's to come, right? So when you embody the true meaning of it, then you are improving your ability to one, follow your intuition, because it's very highly connected to it, and you no longer see it as blame. So if someone was to suffer from something or whatever, suffering we think they're going through, you're not going to look at what they did to cause that, more as, was this trying to tell them? So then you are more likely to be able to help them, because your approach become completely different.
This is
It's
why
not
I
a
say
blamed related approach, and that comes back to what you said to the kids, how you ask them,
what is it what are you feeling right now?
Yeah.
Oh, it's stinging, or it's burning, or those are two different actions I have to take.
Absolutely.
Or it's throbbing, or Oh, you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
It's just, and that's the thing as well, which is why also the idea of being in labor and labor must be painful
Yeah.
needs to be reseen or reframed in the way that we describe it.
Yeah, and it's funny you talk about labor because I've heard few people experiencing labor without pain and without any drugs. What we are doing by the expectation of pain, meaning an action and a consequence to that action, and as much as this holds its own truth, then we realize very quickly that it's also a way to dull your senses, your abilities, and limit yourself in a way of thinking things. So now you don't think that it is possible to experience labor without pain because you thinking, you see this, when you go through that, well, if you don't want to have labor pain, then don't have a kid. So it's more going to be best off of that, as opposed to there's a way to go through it without pain,
But
because
then
you open yourself to
why
the
was
idea.
that originally done?
Mm.
Because we were taught that that was something that was put upon the female as a punishment. So labor had to mean hard work,
Right.
but it also had to be associated with pain, which is associated with punishment.
That's right.
So if they already at the root associated labor with punishment, why are we then voting for parties called the Labour Party?
Well, that's another story, isn't it?
I'm just
No, no, no.
that just came in.
The party, the party of pain.
Bring the pain. Okay, I'm still on the music, guys.
There's an interesting question from Casey as well that I'm saying. Casey saying, is pain a part of this human experiment? Was it put in our reality for the experience? Do you think because some pain is overwhelming and hard to overcome? I've got an interpretation of this. I've heard that before. It's part of the experience, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, but not as being painful, if you will, but more as being a, a tool, an indication that we ought to use it uh, in a way of guiding ourselves. So, okay, this is a painful experience. What this experience telling me? Okay, then it's more of a guidance than actually something you go through physically. That's why originally it's meaning it is nothing to see with you experiencing something physically.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Yeah. And I think we've made it something physical so that we can make our physical experience and us talking to our vessel a punishment.
Yeah, because
if you punish yourself through talking to your vessel, and we're supposed to then seek things to numb our vessel's communication with us, then we become more detached with our tuning tool for this environment. When you have a headache, you numb the headache instead of saying, there's some pressure behind my eyes. What have I been doing that is, what are my eyes trying to tell me? Or there's a griping in my stomach. What is my stomach trying to tell me? Rather we say, oh, pain, bring me the drugs. And I say this tongue in cheek because your girl, listen, 4 kids, right? 4 different experiences. When I tell you, I called for all of the drugs for the first one. I did not want to go through labor pain. The stories I heard were horrific.
Because you assumed there was pain.
Because I was told there was. And that it was excruciating, is what I was told. Excruciating was the description I was given.
Mm.
So then that made me terrified to feel the pain.
Mm. Well, it's only the reason why it's only they changed the meaning of it, or at least they associated to your physical self, is because that's where the biggest limitation is. We know that the biggest limitation here, it's the actual physical body. Now, it doesn't mean
But
that
it's
physical
also the
body
door.
can't expand.
It's also the doorway.
It's also the door, but because when you so emerge into the physical experience of it all, then it's the best way you're going to limit someone and punish someone and make them start being fearful about things. That's why people use torture.
I feel the villain arc coming out again.
Of course, but this is why torture, you wouldn't be able to torture anybody if that was the case. Like, you
But
know what I
it's
mean? But it
but the
is
only
done
reason
deliberately for that.
we believe in torture is because we believe in physical pain. Hence why there's some monks, they're there like going through all of these things, and it's like they don't feel pain. Hence why there's some women who do not feel pain when they're giving birth. And there's so many people who go through things and you're like, didn't that hurt you? And they're like, no, that don't hurt.
Or part of the ascended process for some of these monks, it is to actually being able to increase the pain threshold anyway. And if you really check it for what it is, this is a part of being able to transmute what's going on physically here.
And no, it's disassociating what their beliefs are around the pain being something that's physical and a punishment, rather than let's look into the sensation of what I'm going through, rather than just blanketing the sensation as this is painful, ow, 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 give me something.
Yeah.
If the time it takes for you to look into, okay, what am I feeling right now? That takes you pausing, and that pause gives you time to respond, not to react.
Yeah.
Saying it's pain, oh, ow, 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 is more reactive. Hence why you see sometimes there's this it's a short, it's been put into a short, but there's this guy, they put a fake arm there that looks like his arm.
Yeah.
And then have him sit there, and then someone comes with an axe and hits the hand. It's not his hand.
No, I know.
And he reacts and gets the whole entire pain of though it's not his hand. It's the disassociation of what's to come. It's more the placebo of pain. Pain in itself being this predestined thing that we put on ourselves, like, that's painful. So then immediately everyone's wincing before it even comes.
Well, we know that paracetamols or any drugs like this, they only snatch the signal that goes through where the wound is to the brain. So you can definitely hijack that signal. It's just pure transmissions. It's nothing else.
But you know, when I was a kid, sometimes I'd say, oh, I've got a headache, and my mum used to give us Tic Tacs and say, take 3 of these.
And it just goes.
I'm fine, right? Until I clocked on, I was like, these are Tic Tacs. No, I need proper drugs, Mum. But that whole time, the Tic Tacs was working. The Tic Tacs got me all the way together. I was back out and about within 10 minutes.
Yeah.
I was like, wow, I don't know what those are, but they just work. You see what I mean? And I think they reverse engineered the placebo effect to give us this idea of pain. And it's funny because Casey brought it up, like, is it part of the experience? I think it gives us I think it's another opportunity for us to look into how powerful we are and how much our vessel can really dictate, once our beliefs are strong about what we can go through, and how much control we actually have over our vessel once we're clear on what it is going through and what it's not going through. I guess everything that has happened here is a part of the experience, but it's how we now going to use it to elevate ourselves rather than to enslave ourselves.
Yeah, and I think also pain is a variable that is controllable. I think that we've been put under the impression that it's inevitable, but you can do that. And there's many examples to show you that. If you go under anesthetic, then you don't feel pain. Why is that? Many people had NDEs ejected out of the body, seeing the body and feeling nothing. As soon as they come back into the body, all the pain start rushing in. But that's also because of the interpretation of pain as well. Now, I'm not saying that. I think the whole point of this ascension, it's get to a level where we can transmute all these ideas and create a new reality for ourselves. So I don't think it's a part. It is a part of the experience, but it's to be understood in different ways. I think there's different layers, and it's up to us to choose which one we want to experience.
Yeah, and Danny says, yeah, she does the same with her kids. And it's funny because Tom has brought up elderberries as well. And I remember that Danny, back in the day when we were earlier on, she was literally, I think, Danny, you grow elderberries, don't you? So it's all wonderful. She's talking about peppermints as well, peppermint rinds as well for headaches. Yep. There are so many things around us as well that will help with these pressures and different sensations that we feel. And it's wonderful.
I want to clarify something because I'm seeing all these questions. I'm also seeing Casey, you saying that. So what you all are saying is pain a part of our spiritual growth. You all don't think pain is a part of that reality that is being hijacked by beings that feed off of our pain. Okay. Well, I'm gonna say something. So whether you're gonna take for your headache peppermint, elderberry, whatever you decide you're gonna take, it is not that it's work or does not work. Um, it is more to see with you being aligned and recognizing what experience you decide to have. That's the whole point of transmutation. So, is pain a part of it? Yes, in the context that you've decided that it is, and there's certain things you're expecting them to hurt you. I give you an example. If I come near your hand with a hammer, I'm gonna act like I'm gonna hit your hand. You're gonna brace yourself, right? Why is that? Because in your experience, you're programming, you're programmed to think so, or to think that is a truth. So based off of that, you're going to take measure that are going to help you throughout that experience. Whether you're going to withdraw your hands so you don't get hit. For some people, it's going to be, well, I'm going to have peppermint because I have a tummy ache. And it's going to help because you're in full alignment with the nature of your experience. That's all it is. But that's what for another person, it may never worked because it's not aligned.
And that's why we all have different pain thresholds.
Right.
But do I think that pain has also been used as a way to hijack our experience and have us distance ourselves from our power? Absolutely.
Yeah, that's the whole point.
Because that's the whole point. Anything that will invoke fear and have us consent to being controlled outside of ourselves, or search for things outside of ourselves to control our experience here, is what the game was, wasn't
Yeah,
it?
exactly.
Or
And
what their gig was. And I think that conversations like this are circumnavigating this hijack, because now we can be like, in fact, I decide, because now I can stop and ask, okay, this is what I'm feeling. Yes, it's painful, but I feel throbbing, not stinging. Okay, with throbbing, what helps me with throbbing? And then you can go and settle that, or you can ask, what is my body telling me when my arm is throbbing? Oh, maybe I've been sitting on my computer for too long. Let me go for a walk, or whatever it is for you. But you can start having a relationship and building back that relationship with your vessel, instead of us jumping to conclusions that have been programmed within us. So it's not under any circumstances spiritually bypassing pain. Because like I told you, I took all the drugs when it came to my first birth and the second, until that lady turned up drunk, and that's a whole nother story. But I'm just saying,
yeah,
everyone's okay. Nobody, everyone's all right. Nobody died, but
nobody got hurt.
But but it is what it is.
So I want to say something real quick. So it has to be understood. It has a lot to see about what we talked about with Sasha, and the understanding of the mechanics here and the nature of this reality. And I know it sounds boring. You say, "Oh, fuck, another lesson of science." It is not science as you know it. All I'm trying to say is this: it is done to all the elements, all the layers, all the texture of this reality, and it is fueled by you personally, your own reality, but it is fueled by the collective consciousness as well. So we have a communal reality as well, and within that reality we create our own dimensions, if you will, and hence why someone can go through the same thing right next to you and don't experience the same things.
Yeah.
So an explanation of pain as well you've seen it before. Most likely, it is people who walk on glass or walk on sharp stuff or really hot stuff on coal or stuff like that, and they have master um, the I guess their reality in terms of feeling or not feeling pain doing so. This is why some people can put their hand over a flame for longer than others.
And it's also that, remember the cold therapy? I forgot his name, but it's the guy. He's brilliant, and he gets people.
Cold.
Yeah, and he gets people in the ice.
Yeah. I meant cold. Yeah.
Yeah,
cold.
I know, but I'm
because of my
also talking
pronunciation,
about
maybe.
the
Or,
cold therapy, which
yes,
is
I
another
agree.
therapy
Yes,
that we go
exactly.
through, that we'd say, oh no, I'm gonna hyperventilate, or oh no, that's gonna be
Yes,
that's gonna be its own painful. Like, I'm not putting my body through that shock.
Absolutely.
But of what the power of reframing what that means for our vessel.
Yes.
Rather than saying, oh no, immediately, and we already tense up, we already contract.
Yeah, and eventually you get used to it. If you do ice baths enough time, after a while, hyperventilating. Did you say
Hyperventilating.
Ventilating, yeah, hyperventilating.
Yeah.
After that, you get used to it. Why is that?
Yeah.
Because you have told yourself that it gets better and better and better.
Yeah.
It's part of the transmutation.
Yeah, and Danny's one of the many folks here that are green fingered. And yeah, she grows a whole load of stuff. Oh yeah, I'd love to see your garden. Real talk. But yeah, these are all the things that are available for us to be able to take, but it's going to be a solo journey. Not two people's journey are the same.
Absolutely.
Even our past association with what is painful and what is not, it's going to be something that you have to navigate yourself. And that's where your sovereignty is asked to step in, and your discernment. Some things, there's things that you reject, like naturally, what are they for you? What do you feel in your system when you are rejecting them? What is your system trying to tell you when you do reject them? And then listen to that, because very so often your body will do half of the work for you, half of the investigation for you, and it's just for you to respond back and not react. Just give it time to talk to you, and then listen, and then respond, don't react.
Yes.
Shelby saying, the human I am today, my perception of pain created by my persona, a download like a movie played all those moments back with cliff notes of the missed lessons. I laughed and cried hysterically. It was the 1st of the 19th. 69. Yeah, I see what you're saying. It's one of those reviews on yourself and you're like, you get it now. Yeah, that was a beautiful experience. Coherence Handler said, if pain is experienced through our body, then we have a conversation with it and speak to it in our power. It should obey us, right?
Yes.
It should. Or we should just have this idea that it holds just as much wisdom as our inner knowing does. But we're told that our body's stupid and doesn't know what to do, and we must intervene, and it must do all these things for us rather than we work with it, because we chose it. We chose our vessel. And we chose our vessel so we can have the most amazing time here, not the craziest time here, but just the most amazing time for our soul path. So that conversation that we have with our vessel is going to be pretty unique, because it's only you experiencing you. And we've let the lives we lead interfere into that conversation so many times that it's just, we've stopped listening.
I'm going to say something real quick about this. It's absolutely true. The thing you have to think about, the problem right now for many of us is this: is like, yeah, I'm trying to do this, but it doesn't work. I'm going to feel pain or whatever you're trying to do in your reality. But that's because we not being accountable enough about our belief system, and that we still hold on to. So I'll give you an example. Maybe you like you're saying to yourself, well, I'm trying to go through this headache without any paracetamols or any drugs. Yeah. It's like, oh, you're trying to get through it, and you still have a headache. You're like, wow, that didn't really work. If you think, if you do that, but at the same time you're saying to yourself, well, I know that peppermint help for headaches, or peppermint, or whatever helps for headaches. It's a contradiction because you believe that certain things have to help over than yourself for the headaches. So at the same time, you're in a contradiction by saying the drug don't help. I'm sure I can handle it myself, so I'm going to do without. But if you still hold the belief there's certain things that still help, you still hold the belief that you yourself can't help it. You need this help in order to go through this. And there's nothing wrong with it. If that's the reality you're experiencing, it is what it is. So instead of saying, I'm not going to take the job, I'm trying to do without, you're probably more aligned to take a peppermint or anything that help because it will help because you hold on to that belief. But when you're trying to hold on to other hidden beliefs that people don't see, you can give me scenarios and I can tell you why this don't work because I'll be able to tell you like that's because you still hold on to these beliefs. We have to be aware that when we say we don't like some things and we say we like this better, it's the shadow of that as well. So you have to remain very aware at all time about your beliefs.
Yeah.
So they don't contradict themselves.
And if they do, just be aware of it and be like,
Say, yeah,
I prefer natural remedies. And then just be like, that's it.
Yeah. And it will work. It will help. And then you have the old experience. But
because maybe that's where your joy lays, being able to grow it and have it.
Why? It's more than just
it's
getting
more
rid of the
than
pain.
just
It's
getting
all
rid of the
experience.
pain. It's the
Yeah.
experience of being able to bring that to life, and then you consume the thing you brought to life and it can serve you. It's a whole thing. Hence why people really love growing their own food. It's more than just the fact that they grew it. It's the fact that they get to consume it and nourish themselves.
That is right.
Through something that was from their own hands. So John brings up a point. He says,
I just wanted to finish something on just what you said, which means that it's okay if you're not ready to transmute yet. Sometimes we're just not ready for that.
Or we are transmuting it, but we're not transmuting it out of our experience and back into the source love. We're just transmuting it into something else.
Yeah, but
right now that we want to experience.
That's true, but I mean, if you're not just on your own saying, no, I'm going to take nothing, I can handle that pain or I can handle that headaches. Some may be, ready for that. Some may not. It doesn't matter. It's about alignment.
Yeah. And sometimes it's just about availability. If something's not that's a big reason why I stopped taking certain medications, because I said I found myself too often at a place where I said to my guides, I really want to be rid of this. I really want to be rid of this. I really want to be rid of this. And then I found myself in a place where I couldn't get the medication. And then I started to panic, like, oh my gosh, what am I? I've got days to live as far as I was told, right? But then once I said to myself, wow, this has shown me that if I do not have anything available to me, I have a choice to make, which is, am I going to allow myself to heal myself right now, or at least overcome this situation right now without harm to myself? Or am I going to succumb to the thing that's already been put on me, which is if I don't have this thing, it's gonna be fatal for me. And these are the things that come up because these are the questions we've asked ourselves. So if ever you found yourself having headaches, and then something simple, having headaches, and then you're saying, oh my God, I don't really like taking paracetamol anymore. And then one day you reach for your paracetamol and there's none there. And all there is like mint. Okay. And now you having to find yourself navigating what it is to take natural ways or mint instead, or whatever that may be. A lot of the times it's like you are manifesting this with the things that you're asking. And when they turn up in your field, these are the times not to panic, but to just say to yourself, this is an opportunity for me to practice that which has already resided within me. And then go for that instead. Because if ever you do find yourself without, then what will you do?
Yeah.
And that's sometimes where what we call a lesson is found, in those moments. So John said, but Shem, yes, there are physical and natural remedies here, but the point shouldn't be to avoid pain. Think what heroin does. Eventually, if we don't deal with the addiction to avoidance, all the pain rushes back and kills you the minute that you try to feel again. 100%. But like I said, I asked for all of the drugs because I was told, you see, this the giving birth was going to be excruciating. So I asked for everything they had. Okay. They even had a doctor come in and just laugh in my face about some of the stuff I was asking for. They were like, oh, well, you'll be fine.
I want to comment on that as well.
But and also, thank you. I did see that you gifted us something. Thank you, John.
Thank you, John. I want to comment on this. The thing is, all that is, John, is when you're faced with yourself again. That's all it is. And yeah, that can kill you if you're not ready to see what you need to see. The thing is, I remember, I think it's I think it's Dao Anka, I think that channel Bashar, and he was talking about people having an experience with extraterrestrial beings, and he was saying that basically the reason why it is not happening now physically, talking about physical contact, is because their frequency, the vibration is so high that what that does to some people that are not ready, it's make them feel like they're dying because everything is surfacing back. So basically, that sensation. So that is why some people has probably passed out on contact, stuff like that. So there's clearly a part of us that has to face ourselves. And when you look for soothing method, there's nothing wrong with that. But when it rushes back, that is the part
The rush back is real, John.
that probably, yeah,
the rush back is real, which is the same thing I'm talking about when you always are used to taking something for like a headache, something as simple as a headache, and then you don't have that something. All of those times just come rushing in, and then you find yourself having to deal without. And I just want to say, Danny, yes, I was right. She does have elderberry. I was spot on. She has her own bush and tree around elderberry. She was going to post it. Hang on a minute. Give me a second. She was going to post it on Discord. But she felt fear of posting. Don't share. These are the things we're all interested in. I know, like, it spans. It's a big thing. We're not just one thing here. We do the gardening thing. We do the music thing. We do arts. We're in all walks of life. So this is what the Discord is for, to just share these things. Definitely find someone who is interested in it.
I just wanted to tell quickly what I was saying. So basically what I'm saying, and even, you're feeling like you're going to die, even though because everything's rushing back to you, it's still also a belief you're holding. Not everyone does. But if we think that it systematically was going to happen, then let it be so, isn't it?
Yeah, but that's how, I'm not even being dramatic. That's literally how I felt.
I know.
I felt.
But
like
what did you tell yourself?
I told myself that if I'm going to go through this, it's going to be excruciating, and I will then pass out. Yeah. I'll have a heart attack. I'll pass out. That's how I felt, because that's what I'd been told. So that's what I was bracing myself for. And then what narratives have we now adopted and believed that have us bracing ourselves for future events?
Exactly.
And those are the questions we are supposed to ask ourselves, because they're not just ones based around pain. They're also based around disclosure.
Exactly.
Are we bracing ourselves when we hear these things?
Well, this is funny how we we give the benefits of the doubt to these people, but we are doubting ourselves so much. Don't you think that's a bit weird?
Which is good, because Jay said to Casey, if hijacked, then transcend the hijacking.
Yeah, agree with
you
Jay on
are
that.
A very powerful soul, Casey. Yeah, we all are. And conversations like this allow us to be able to just have a look because we're all going to be at different pain thresholds, and no two pains are going to be felt the same. It's a very personal and individual experience. So it really needs to be an individual and inner dialogue that has to be happening. But are we having that dialogue without having someone else chime in before our own intuition and discernment has had the chance to just connect with what our vessel is telling us directly?
Yeah, I think we're battling with two things: our own consciousness and the collective consciousness as well. So that's the thing as well, the belief that is held
Yeah.
all around.
Yeah. Yeah, and Deanna's saying all about your intention with it, a little bit of both on both sides.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I agree with that as well.
Yeah. So Casey's saying, yes, that's all I'm saying. Pain is a part of the hijacked reality, feeding off our energy that comes from that pain. Exactly. And imagine how much has been fed off of the fear of anticipating that I would have an excruciating labor, to the point where there would be by the time I'd had my fourth child and I was ready to give birth, I didn't want to use any intervention, any drugs, right? And when I was talking to people who were in the health industry, they were like, oh, I'm not having kids because I know it's going to hurt. Some people have decided they're not going to have kids because they know the labor part's going to hurt. Or they say, oh no, I'm just going to adopt because I'm not going to give birth because I don't want to go through the pain. Like, that's how far the hijacking of that narrative has gone. It's gone to the point where most people have spoken themselves out of certain experiences just because, to circumvent, like what John's saying, to circumvent this idea of what the pain's going to be. So we're bracing ourselves for it. But like John also said, on the other side of that circumventing, it's all going to come rushing back. But emotionally, energetically, all the things that we've said to ourselves are going to be painful. What does that rush back feel like?
Yeah.
What does that moment that we have all of our consequences of us circumventing, rushing back feel like? Because that is a lot like punishment.
Yeah, that's many of us may say.
Self-inflicted punishment.
But I want to say something though, about what you said, Casey, and I understand exactly what you mean. Little nuance, I would say. You think, no, I just want to go back a little higher, just about where you say pain is a part of the hijacked reality. Realities can't be hijacked. It's not possible. Pain is they hijacking the pain. They're hijacking things that are around, elements that constitute the reality. That's what they do. They equate pain to the same thing currency is. That's why not having it or having it sometimes can be painful, right? You can experience a certain type of reality. These are all elements that we're using, the tools around to let us know something. And this is why they hijacking the tools, not the reality. The reality, it's just the output. It's the consequence of that, if you will.
And that's the thing. The greatest, one of the greatest lies we've been told is that they run the reality, when really they need us to run the reality, and they just have to run the program where we can make the reality to their wishes. And that's why I know why you're saying it's the reality's been hijacked. And I simultaneously understand why you're like, no, not the reality.
Yeah, I understand both.
The tools, so that we react to it and make a reality that is of that liking for us.
That's why I'm adamant.
That's the villain arc of what they did. This is why you got to just sit back and be like, you know what? Touche. You lot really did run some game on us.
That's why after many observation, I already know it's a realm of interpretation, perception and interpretation, which means you have the choice to interpret it as you wish, depending on your beliefs, right? But also I realize how important the mechanics of it is, because this is what they use, and you will just produce it for them.
Yeah,
just by not.
we
Yeah.
produce it in doing those things, but they've only been able to do it with our consent,
Right.
with our consent,
Just
and our power.
not understanding it enough. Tom saying something very funny. All good. I took all the drugs after birth. You took all the drugs giving birth. No biggie.
Right?
Yeah.
Right? That's what
Yeah.
I'm saying.
Oh my, Tom.
It bees like that,
It
Tom.
bees like that.
Sometimes it bees like that. And then you have to kind of move on because I know better now, but then I'm not dwelling on the fact that none of the births I gave looked the same. I
No,
just
yeah.
know that I was at a different stage at each of them, and that's okay as well.
I want to run through distortion real quick. Ain't gonna be long on that. So basically, distortion of pain is something is wrong with me, a punishment I deserve, evidence of failure, a signal to suppress or fight. Today, pain is often treated as an enemy, something to eliminate as quickly as possible, or proof that something has gone wrong with the self. This framing can turn a natural signal into a source of shame. So you can see how you can use that against somebody, no problems. And even us, if you wanted to make someone believe their pain is bigger and gas them, you can do that as well. It's really there's so many possibilities. So we are in charge of our reality. So, and the true frequency is a messenger, not a verdict, an information about where attention is needed. The body's honest report, an invitation towards care. When received consciously, pain is not a punishment, it is communication. It can become the very thing that redirect us towards what needs tending, whether physical, emotional, or spiritual. So the shift you could do, it's something is wrong with me, then you can shift to my body or heart is sending me information. I can meet this signal with care instead of judgment. Pain can become a guide towards what need attention. So yeah.
Yeah. Which is, yeah. Yeah. Which is what I learned giving birth the last time. It was like, what's my body telling me to do? Okay. And I was literally like, I need to stand. I need to sit. I need to rock. I need to vomit, or I need to take a shit, or whatever it was at the moment. I just listened.
No, I know.
Because you haven't got any choice at that point. It's like, do as I say, and I promise you we'll get through this. And I'm like, all right.
Let it happen.
Let it happen. I'll do
over.
it. I promise I'll breathe.
Yeah, man.
It was more like that. And it wasn't excruciating. You know what was excruciating? And even then, I wouldn't wish it on my worst enemy. And not that I have a worst enemy anyway. I find that so comical. And I mean that as in comic book. A nemesis. It's just like, whatever. Getting my wisdom teeth pulled out.
Yeah, that's something. That's
my gosh.
That's another circus.
Yo.
Another thing that we do.
Another thing that I've had extracted from me that maybe I shouldn't have.
How many self-inflicted pain we're just going through? Quite a lot, right?
How many have we been asked? How many parts of our vessel have we been asked to discard of because under the guise that it's junk and we don't need it? And Grace actually gave me the whole list as well the other day. Well, part of it because I don't know, ADD.
Go ahead. Yeah. Start anyway.
Your tonsils, your wisdom teeth. If any of you all got some that I've forgotten in the chats, please run it through. And by the way, the chat is chatting and it's full of wisdom out here. For anybody who is on this,
I am. The list is still there.
Okay,
come on, just get it done.
Okay, cool. Back to the list. Thank you.
It's okay. It's all right.
Tonsils, wisdom teeth, appendix, your womb. And the list goes on. getting anything tied.
I know.
There's a list of them. Hang on a minute. There's much more she was saying. And I was like, yeah, junk DNA. The whole point that there's so much of us that we don't
The appendix.
actually need. Did I not cover appendix?
You
Yeah,
did?
that.
You did, you did. Of course, you did.
And it's like turning out not to be of truth or true benefit to us. And it's lots of this based around narratives from false authorities that we've put in authority. None of this hijacking, Lucian, villain arc situation can happen without our consent.
No.
Without our consent. And so many of us feel this in our vessels. That's why we're moving towards ideas like herbal medicines or just self-sufficiency or whatever that looks like for ourselves, or starting to advocate for ourselves, even if we do deal with the medical corpus, dealing with it in a way where we say, no, I'd like a second opinion, or doing things that we weren't brought up to do, or maybe the generations before us didn't tell us or didn't think was okay, starting to question it because we're like, I'm giving you this power, but this is still my vessel.
Yeah, it is that. And you know what? It's because I'm seeing the comment obviously Jay made, correct, not hijacked, tempered with, which is the right word. It's like tempered
Tampering.
Tampering. And Casey is saying obviously, yeah, that makes sense, guys. The hijack reality is run by us, your experience. Yes.
Yeah.
Because ultimately we are in an environment that promotes this, saying no pain, no gain, hustling, efforting, all of this of disease. They just the same nature. And we indulge in this so brilliantly, and then we wonder what we find it hard to deal with our reality. That's what the looshing is that we're processing it willingly.
And Danny's done, and this is what I should have done, right? And this is the whole point of aligning yourself to find your soul family, your soul tribe, your people. Because had I known Danny back in the day, right, she would have been like, girl, don't even bother going to investigate about nothing. Because she was like, pain that everyone speaks of, she did zero research or looking up anything on birth because she didn't want to scare herself before giving birth.
You know what? You know what, Danny? 100% that you sold letting straight up, because whatever you
Yes.
consume, you're processing. There's an output. You're processing something off of it. And the truth is, most of the thing I get is through my downloads. Fuck what anyone else said. Because at the end, sometimes some people say stuff. Yeah, sure, I resonate, but I know when it's aligned immediately. But they're trying to take us away from that, of which is natural for you to feel like I shouldn't watch any of this shit because I'm going to scare myself. You interpret it of you being fearful, but in actual fact, it's your soul telling you, like,
we don't need that right now.
Because this is not the input we need. It's not matching where we're going. And that's all it is.
I love that. I love that. Yeah. And it bees like that sometimes. Like,
like
nah, I don't want to know. All I know is I got me at the other side. I'll catch me. It's all good. People have been doing this. I love it. Oh my gosh. Okay, so we do have some other ones. Gallbladder infection and pain. It was so painful for us. Okay. I had to remove it 4 years ago, and that was harsh pain. Got through it. This is my point. Like, we all go through different levels of pain one way or another, and our experiences with it, like Tom was saying earlier, if we just take the experience, okay, I did go through that, and I did feel stings and burns and pulls and contractions and all of these different sensations, which amounted into a painful experience. What did I learn? Yeah. And then after that, we get to keep the wisdom. So I'm like, yeah, fine, let's do that. If we're going to feel it anyway, let's do that then.
And we have to also understand that, because there's another thing as well, why people say, yeah, but you can't do You can't bypass people's experience or do spiritual bypassing and that. And I'm not
Yeah.
trying to do that. All I'm saying is that once you understand that this reality works by momentum, if you already have a given momentum, if the past 30 years you've been believing in something, of course you're going to experience more because it's in alignment with what your belief system was then. Now you trying to set a different course, going to take a little time. That's okay because it works with momentum. And that's the thing we're not told, because when you're on the other side, you can manifest things immediately. But here, you need that momentum. This is just the way this
Well,
reality
for now
functions.
we've been
Well,
we've
yeah, but it's
for now.
no, but momentum. It could be momentum. There's slower and faster momentum, but
I know, but that's my point. Remember, I told you
yeah,
what that lady told me. You're
yeah,
going to have to rethink
everything.
everything. Well, that means the idea around momentum as well.
I'm aware. I'm aware of that. It's just that
I'm just saying.
this is the
But I
experience.
said, she
If
said everything,
yeah,
and I said everything.
yeah.
She said everything. So that's everything.
When you far off of love, far away from your true nature, and you on the going back process to who you truly are, these things are part of it.
It's part of the compassion you can show
Until yeah, you
yourself.
can show yourself until
Of course.
obviously yeah.
Of course. So Deanna's come. Yep. Gallbladder, pancreas, thyroid. Right. It was right there. Do you know, for years, every year they would come and check on my thyroid because that was one of my chronic disease battles. Yeah. For over the past 20 years, which I've gotten over, I'll explain that. I might just take a whole series of videos to just explain that and put that, I don't know, on Discord. I'll figure it out. But I will share it with the community one of these days. Having the thyroid taken out, that's another thing they tell you. Oh, nothing to see here. Your whole thyroid come through. I got that. Exactly, Deanna. Yeah, it is one of those practices that we've been shining a light on by openly talking about it. And we also been shining a light on by starting to advocate for our own vessels and ask the questions and question the person who isn't used to being questioned, but we give our consent to willingly. Now we've been like, no, I'm not going to give my consent, or no, I do not consent to that, or I'm not legally obligated to give my consent to that. So it's a no for me. Thank you very much for your service, but I won't be needing it right now. Or whatever that conversation looks like when we advocate for ourselves, whether it be a second opinion or whatever it is.
I like you say, I mean, we're questioning everything. That's what we're going to have to anyway. At the end of the day, you know, this is where it goes from now on.
Yeah, but then Asiel is saying, I thought today's live would be more about emotional pain. And the thing is, though, isn't it?
It's one of the same.
Aren't we only talking about this because we actually feel irked on a soul level to go through this? Because we feel like this whole entire experience, when it comes to this back and forth with our body and it not, us feeling like our body's not doing what it needs to for us, isn't that causing us some form of emotional pain?
And when you're very sick emotionally, you're going to go through it. And the truth is the same process. It's just that when it comes to emotional pain, it's the hijacking of your emotional center. They know you've got the amygdala gland where all the emotions get processed. And yeah, it's about how you can manipulate that. And then you perceive things differently. You go through certain amount of pain that you may not normally do. And because of the lack of understanding of what the situation is at a given time.
And also, when you do go through a certain amount of physical pain, there is it comes like prepackaged with a certain amount of emotional pain. Hence why when you are feeling not well, you get irritable, you start getting short-tempered, or you can feel shame, or you can feel guilt, or any number of things that you feel for not being at your 100%. And it's like a 2-for-1 hijacking with us going through this, because we don't only get to feel it in our vessel, we get to express it through our emotions. How many people have gone through something physical and it's ended up putting them in a depression as a side effect of that physical pain or that injury or whatever that is?
Or the other way
I
around,
don't think they're separate.
the cause of migraine. We know that the cause of migraine, though, although it's physical pain, is highly related to how you feel energetically and mentally.
There is a Louise Hay book called You Can Heal Your Life, where she actually maps all of the diseases that we feel in our vessel with the emotional, energetic shifts that we're holding on to, and could have an affirmation to reframe how we feel about it and reframe how we feel about ourselves emotionally and move through those things. So if anyone's interested in it, it's Louise Hay, You Can Heal Your Life. Yeah.
I would like to cover real quick indolence.
Go for it.
So the etymology of indolence from Latin indolencia, meaning freedom from pain, absence of suffering, is tranquility. Originally, indolence did not mean laziness. It described as a state of free from physical or emotional discomfort. Over time, its meaning shifted towards inactivity, idleness, and unwillingness to act. Distortions, obviously, is the laziness, lack of motivation, or avoidance of responsibility, judging, stillness, and weakness. Today, indolence is often used as a criticism, assuming that inactivity always reflects a lack of character. Yet, periods of stillness may arise from many different causes, including exhaustion, overwhelm, reflection, or recovery. So you can see what John asked for it, because if you're on your weight loss journey, a lot of horrible stuff was said with people that are maybe overweight or having, struggling with their own weight. Even if they are perfectly normal, just sometimes you may not be overweight or anything like this, but if you perceive yourself as such, you got a bit of distortion.
Yeah, I've been meaning to say, John, go to the video that there's a snippet of the video that the conversation we had about from your last interview that you did here, and one of the community members left a really beautiful comment under your video, and they go through their own journey, and they have their own channel as well. They've been in the chats before. I'm not going to misquote their their name, but it's got something to do with frequency. We've subscribed, but they go through. They're part of the community. They do OBEs, everything like that as well. But they also went on a weight loss journey as well. So they left a really beautiful comment, really beautiful message. So when you have the time, do check it out, and maybe you can chat with them as well.
So real quick, true frequency is rest before renewal, conscious stillness, restoration, spaciousness of clarity. When chosen consciously, stillness is not the absence of growth. It can become the environment in which insight, creativity, and renewed energy emerge. So basically, that's what it is. So you can shift simply to I am just being lazy. Then you can shift to my body may be asking for restoration. Or you could shift to I can choose intentionally rest or intentional action. So that's it. That's basically what it is.
And it's funny because Casey talks about stillness, and she spoke about it earlier. That's what I'm saying about I really do love these chats on our Sunday live chats, because the wisdom's all over.
Absolutely.
We are sovereign peers, and I love it. So Coherence Handler as well said, is there an energetic angle to all of these body parts that we've called out? All these body parts are connected to energy centers and chakras. Exactly.
Yeah, they all have their own magnetic field as well. As much as we got the overall magnetic field all around our body, they all, each of them has. That is why electrical surge or send to each of these organs in order for them to work.
Yep, absolutely. And I think we're all aware of that, and that's why some of us resist some of these things happening to us, because it's like energetically we know like something's not right about this, or that's not really going to work for me. So yeah, and Barbara O'Neill, yep, she's also another one. You can catch her on YouTube, but you've got to watch what you watch of her on YouTube because some of it has been repurposed. And if you just watch the lips, it's the same like when you have an OB or a dream. If you want to check out whether somebody's energy is theirs or not, watch the lips, watch the eyes. You'll be able to tell whether it's been tampered with or not. It's generally not the same.
The teeth.
It's generally not the same, but yeah.
So I was just going to talk real quick about the community question this week. Obviously, I think got deleted, but I remember it.
Hello.
No, I'm not gonna. We already covered it. I just wanted to let everyone know what it was. So a person were asking basically, how come that good people or who's seen as being a good person is always the person that go through great deal of pain? That's what the question was. It was like person did not understand why is this seems to be happening to people that are seen as being nice, and the one are not so nice, they seems to go through life without it.
Like the nice guy finishing last phrase, adage, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
Saying.
Well, the truth is, I think we answered that anyway, because I think ultimately it's the way you perceive reality. And I think, again, this is just someone's perception. You perceive it from where you are as only being the good people that go through these things when everyone does.
Or maybe we just don't have compassion for when bad people go through it.
Exactly.
Or
I think
who we consider is bad going through it.
Absolutely.
We're like, oh, well, they deserve that. But this person over here
absolutely
did not deserve that.
Exactly. So, it's like if you're bad, pain is, that's again, it's hard to see pain as a punishment. You think, well, it should be happening to bad people, shouldn't it? Surely. This is what pain is. But obviously I knew that we already answered it through what we said. I just wanted to share with the community.
That's life advocate. Hey, hiya. Yep. And then Shelby also said, I get it. Life Path 9 curriculum isn't for the weak at heart, yo. Do you know what? I will be going through a few things. I think I'm going to cover my birth stories. I don't know whether I'll do that on this channel or on I Am Shamel. And I will be covering also life path numbers. And because I deal with so much of numerology on my readings, I'll take the time to go through some numerology and life path numbers on I Am Shamel for sure, because that is definitely been coming up a lot lately. But no, it's not for the faint-hearted at all. I'm about to go into a reading. I'm going to pick a crystal, and whatever crystal resonates with you is the one that you can pick. If none of them resonate, then they don't. Use your discernment. Do not try to force anything to fit. And know that ultimately you are your guide. You are your higher self. Thank you. I'm getting a lot of travel happening already, and I don't know why I'm seeing like the Baltics. I'm getting like Croatia, and I'm getting places that have lots of cliff faces, like Italy, the coast of Italy. I'm getting places by the sea, but the seaside that has more cliff edges and less like sand stuff, more like beautiful scenery. Greece, I'm getting those type of places. All right.
Thank you, Diana.
Thank you. All right, a few things came through. Oh, this has been coming up a lot this week. We are getting Tiger's Eye is going to be card number 1. Tiger's Eye. That's be the first reading I do for Tiger's Eye. The second one to pop out was, wow, I haven't seen this before, Banded Agate.
That's beautiful crystal.
Banded Agate. And then 2 fell out, which I'll read them together because they fell out together, which is
Kambada.
Kambaba,
Kambaba. Yeah, Kambaba.
Kambaba
Never seen that
Jasper,
before.
and sometimes I swear new ones get slipped in there. And Azurite. They came out together.
Yeah.
So it's pile 1, 2, or 3. Okay.
Azurite is the OBEL crystal.
So you have Tiger's Eye for 1, Banded Agate for 2, and the Jasper and the Azurite for 3.
All so right. You guys have to pick.
If you want. If not.
No, I mean, everything can resonate, of course, but
it's up to you.
What pulls your attention, really?
First one's first, we're going to get into the Tiger's Eye. Immediately, I'm drawn to get some tarot pulled on it. If any of you lot have divination tools that you usually use, now would be the time for you to grab them and see what comes up for yourselves as well. And whatever comes up or shows up, see if anything is reflected in the readings that you are drawn to. It's also a chance for you to practice your own discernment or your own divination tools.
So coherence handler, speaking eye of the tiger, it seems.
Right? Do you know how much times this has come up? Tiger's eye has been falling out all over my readings this week.
His ways.
Eye of the tiger vibes, first shout.
Tom saying tiger eye.
All right, hang on. We've got at the center here. What crosses? Thank you. What surrounds? And that one. Thank you.
First and third for Diana. So it's going to be tiger eye. So 3.
There's a lot of split energy going on here.
Picking tiger eyes.
Okay. Tiger's eye. The crystal for depression and low self-esteem. We're going to get into it. Inner resources is what this asks is of you. Definite eye of the tiger vibes. All right. Tiger's eye can install trust in the future and showing how to set realistic goals. It assists in decision-making and promotes clarity of intention. The protective stone deflects negative energy and protects against ill-wishing and bullying. It also teaches integrity and the correct use of power. In the body, it helps with eyes. No shit, Sherlock. Digestive system, throat, and bones. And for the spirit, it can enhance psychic abilities and stimulates the rise of the Kundalini energy. So that's tiger's eye.
Yeah. It helps you see through the bullshit.
All right. Now, okay. What's crossing you right now? There's a choice to be made right now when it comes to turning your fortunes around. And when I mean turning your fortunes around, you're at a crossroads, literally, when it comes to choices. And that's why immediately I said, this is split energy here. Those are the 2 first cards out as I flip them. There's a split energy. What are these energies split between? For some of you, it's speaking up. There's a hesitation going on. And for some of you, it's voicing your opinions. For others of you, by the way, I'm going in and out of channels. That's how it works over here. For some of you, it's speaking up for yourselves. And for others, it's speaking up on behalf of other people without overstepping. I'm getting people who need to speak for other people. But as you speak for other people, there's a query as to whether or not you are going to be seen as a voice of authority when you do so that that person's needs can be met. And this balance that you are about to bring into your life right now, your energies right now, is going to turn the fortune for you. Whether or not things are going to be in your favor or not, there's another split energy that you're surrounded by. Manipulation right now. I got the devil with the 3 of wands. There's a manipulation going on when it comes to you second guessing yourself. Hence why we've got depression and low self-esteem. This is a low self-esteem issue. This is this second guessing that we're getting about how people see you, how you're perceived, and how much you can expand beyond what other people see you as, beyond what you show up as or have shown up as in the past and now can be seen in the present. How are you taken when you speak up for this situation here? Something to do with the chest, something to do with this area here. Hay fever's coming up. A fever in itself is coming up. Bronchitis is coming up. Issues around the lungs and the throat is coming up. Maybe someone's a smoker out there. There's this lower energy speaking to you, whispering in your ear about you moving on from what you used to be and leaving it behind. And a part of you wants to turn your back on this energy right now. And that's where the balance is to be had. And that's where the changes are being asked to be made. Hence the tiger's eye. It's part of the low self-esteem frequency you used to have. It's part of that depression. The choice again, we've got the Two of Swords. But this Two of Swords speaks to me, somebody who has been able to steady themselves in the unseen, knows when to swing the sword, even when the way doesn't seem clear to them, or you seem to be held back by not having an idea what the full story is or what is unseen. You are now at a stage where you can feel into what the situation is at hand and how you will be needed and when to use your swords, when to fight on the behalf of whoever this person is or on your own behalf. I am getting some legal matters here, and I am having to advocate in some way for someone or for yourself in this case. What else surrounds them? A moving away. This is definitely a mental issue. I've got swords all over the board. Moving away to calmer waters. Whatever this depression is, you are moving through this. It was only a way for you to be able to sit with yourself in the stillness. It was the only way for you to still yourself is by you taking deep rest at that moment to really see that you do not need to see into everything when you use your intuition and you use your third eye to feel into everything that you are going through. Because sometimes what you see can blur your true vision. The Emperor. This is the stability that you'll be having once this moving away from the situation to calming yourself and calming your waters will bring. A stability and a confidence as to how to move forward, how to charge, when to hold back. If you've noticed, as much as this Emperor is seated, there is a full armor underneath its cloak. And this is male or female. It's just an energy. A seated masculine energy who doesn't feel that they need to overexert themselves, but still knows when to stand up for themselves and for others. Still knows when to move forward, still knows when to charge ahead. Any closing messages? I'll be using my own oracle for this. Any closing messages for the Emperor? Solid ground. The tables have turned. Yeah, so this closing out this decision, this balance that you have struck, this wheel of fortune will be turning in your favor and you will be getting stability and rest. The tables have turned, and now with this emperor, it does herald in you sitting in solid ground. The four has fallen out for you. That's that. You're squared. That's it. Trust in the knowing that the things that you have learned as a result of this false manipulation that you have now seen through has brought you to a place of wisdom and knowing and stability in your life. Okay. That was your reading, Tiger's Eye. All right. Okay, let me clear the deck, and we will go for card number 2. Thank you, Tiger's Eye.
So I'm seeing Shelby saying that, what is it called? The luge? Not too sure what you mean. The spirit that drives, the spirit that thrives. Yeah, the spirit that thrives on our negative energies of pain, despair, depression, etc., to learn and understand the power of alchemy. I move like Merlin some days. Yeah, it'd be like this.
The ultimate alchemist. So many of us are that alchemist for ourselves. This choice thing keeps on coming up. Yeah, you know what to do. That just flipped out. Okay. And now it's going to be for pile number 2. Pile number 2 is banded agate. Banded agate. Immediately I'm drawn to light seers and inner child. Thank you. Why am I feeling family and love coming out in this one? Thank you. What crosses them right now? Choices people have to make. Choices. This collective is very aware and has become very aware as of late for the power of the choice they have in every given moment. And as you take command over every given moment and every given choice, you are single-handedly shaping a new future for yourself. And as you appreciate the choices, you get to enjoy the now. And as you enjoy the now, you make better choices. That is it. They don't have nothing else to say up in these ones. Thank you. Oh, the Hierophant. Giving and taking. Okay. There is a new wisdom here that has been made when it comes to your ability to give and receive. There has been a new situation that you've been enlightened to when it comes to the balancing of how much you give and how much you receive. So I'm going to read this banded agate. It's the crystal for multidimensional healing. For some of you, this was your wound. You wouldn't guess what it's called. It's called the cord cutter. No wonder the 6 of Pentacles came out. It's called the cord cutter. It's an earthly energy. All right, so banded agate is a useful environmental healer. When gridded around the house, it protects and prevents out-of-body visitations from any other soul. Good to know.
Good to know, right?
That's the story for another day. Stay focused, Shem. So where someone is being prayed for, inverted commas, whether by a priest or a cult leader, to bring that person back to the fold, so to speak, under control once again, banded agate returns to the coherence. Okay, I beg you, get that word for me. My mouth ain't mouthing.
The coercing.
The coercing. If it
Coerce,
ain't got a
coerce,
H, I don't see it, but
no
coercing.
Coercing.
Thank you. Blue agate returns the coercing energy to its source and frees the person to live life as they wish. Ah, I see exactly why it's the Hierophant fell out, and this giving and receiving and the cord cutting. This is clear, Annette. Okay. Remember last week we were speaking about to certain members of the community about this tie that you may have with family members or members of a past soul family or friend group you were with who may be from a religious or another culture, from whatever, and they pray on your behalf. They pray for you because you're doing this, and I pray that this does, and I pray, and let's get them back in the fold, right? They're doing spell work. A prayer is a command. This spell work is energetic work. This is them putting their energetic will or trying to force their energetic will on a sovereign soul. And if you want to go left and their command is commanding that you go right, but yet you do not want this interference, this is the energetic send back. This is that cord cutting that sends that energy back. It doesn't need to send it back with any hate or anything attached. It's the transmutation of somebody trying to coerce someone away from their will to bend them back to the will of whatever it is they would like for you. And some people do it so innocently. A lot of people, not. They know what the power of prayer is. They call it prayer and make it holy and do whatever and put the different things on it. You could call it whatever you want. If you bend in someone's will, whether you are a cross watcher and this is you doing it, or this is something that's been done to you, not a good idea energetically. And this right here can help elevate when it comes to people keeping their boundaries, when it comes to bending your will. And just for a form of compassion, where is it that you've done this in your life? So that when you move forward with correcting it, you can correct it in the mind where you don't need to add on to the energy. Just hold your own, set your own boundary, cut the cord. Whatever is with theirs will be sent energetically back to its source. Okay, this is
where we have the 7-day common practice, because when you use that, it is a lot more difficult for someone to try to do that to you.
I've got this, that's why the inner child thing came up. All right. I don't know which one of you did Bandit Agate, but see how you're going to turn this whole reading.
Yeah, but all these readings seems to be very tied to one another, because when you choose tiger eyes is actually for you to see through the bullshit.
Oh my gosh.
That's why I always wear tiger eyes on my wrist, because of that.
First inner child card to fall out is set boundaries. You can't make this up. Number 32, set boundaries. Claim your power and know your value today. Okay. And some of you are on a threshold of this. I'm seeing partnerships here, and I'm also looking into some people have done this through prayer, but some people have done this through moon ceremony. And I'm saying some shadowy work here. It is what it is. You get light, you get dark. It is what it is. We ain't got to try and vilify either one. It just, sometimes people be doing things square in the middle of so-called holy places, but they're not all the way correct. Not when it comes to putting the will of someone, imposing on someone's will. What won't we get about that? Oh, second one out, get lost. It literally says get lost. It also says fall deep into the realm of imagination, and it's very lit and very aware. And I think that this is a part of you being illuminated, and that kind of makes me see back into this Hierophant energy and equalizing this Hierophant energy. whether there is an actual Hierophant in your life, someone who is from more traditional backgrounds, or whether you've been able to become your own advocate when it comes to becoming your own source of what your traditions are and how you connect with your divine source, and not feeling like you need to give away parts of yourself in exchange for this connection. You've understood that that connection resides within you. And if the other people do not understand that and impose their will upon you, no matter how it is framed, violation on a universal energetic level. All right, let's get some decent conclusions for this. Okay. Thank you. Anything else? Okay. I'm hearing I said what I said, set boundaries. A whole load has fallen out. You know how I feel about this?
How do you feel?
Like, why? But I'm going to go with it anyway.
I don't know. You're asking me.
No, I'm not talking to you.
Okay, hold on. Tom? Yes.
This is it in a dialogue. Shem and Shem.
Like the teasing, Tom. It's fine. No offense. No offense taken. Mathing.
More moving forward. Harmony. Stop looking back. And I think that's where setting these boundaries are. There will be a harmony struck when you set these boundaries. And these two people here are not looking back. What's past is past. And even whether or not you've been the person who's done this to somebody knowingly or unknowingly, or whether this has been done to you knowingly or unknowingly, you are to stop looking back and look forward, move forward, more moving forward. That's where the harmony lies, on the threshold of what's new for you to create. What else have we got here? We have the jasper and the ruby. We also have creative confidence coming up. 2255 relevant. All right. Always there in your time of need, but knows if not, you can still succeed. Dependable. Wisdom keeper. That's that Hierophant. This is the level of understanding that you've brought about for advocating for yourself spiritually as well. Deciding what it is that you choose to go for in your life on your journey. And sometimes these prayers can be done not just for you to fall back into the fold when it comes to spiritual things. It could be for anything. I want them to go back to that school, or I want them to go and get back to that job, or go back with that person, because if they don't, it's going to bring this, that, and that on the family, or whatever the narrative is. You've heard all the bullshits. It becomes very fatiguing after a while, doesn't it? All the telenovelas, all of them. All of the dramas and the soap operas, all the Emmerdales and the EastEnders. All right. Okay, so what we're getting is that there's been an achievement here. Your team want you to know that you hit the jackpot with this one. The abundance of wealth that this choice in making your own choices and rebalancing this energy brings you is back abundance in your life. Hence why we've got these chandeliers in the getting lost. Yeah. And that creative expansion, that is your safe space.
Is this the second crystal or the third?
It's the second. Finally, they see you. 1414 spotlight. This is definitely that same moving forward. For some of you, this is family saying, you know what, you should have been a doctor. What do you mean you wanna be a glass blower? Some random shit, okay? It's not specific. And here you are, the spotlight, literally. 1414 relevant for some of you. Finally, they see you. They see who you are, and you're standing in your truth. And for some of you, you have had to move away, more moving forward. And it came out with, landed right on hit the road, Jack, going solo, focused. Stop looking back. I think that's the end of your reading. They've can't get any more clearer than that. It is what it is. People are nosy, they will interfere, and they will use whatever methods that they feel they need to be able to get you back in the fold. What popped out? Ease and flow state, consistent flow and focused action. Yeah. If you have decided to, and that's fell out on set your boundaries. If you have set your boundaries, hold. Don't look back. Move forward with that. Move forward with that. A little bit of time gone will have you forget about what happened. No one's saying hold it in you and don't forgive what's happened. You can let it go. But we have memory to remind us of the story that happened. It doesn't mean you have to look back with it in anger or pain, but it's so that you do not reset your boundaries again on the old foundations that never worked for you. All right. Thank you. Last but not least, we got pile 3, which is Jasper. Well, it's Kambaba Jasper and Azurite. Okay? Kambaba Jasper and Azurite. All right, we've got optimal well-being and psychic gifts. What are we feeling into here? Again, inner child situation coming up. Why? What's the connection here between optimal well-being and psychic gifts? I'm getting a lump in my throat here. Thank you. Someone finding things hard to say, being on the someone being very confused about what it is to feel these gifts coming through. And I'm feeling like an isolation and loneliness about them coming through. I'm feeling a lot of shame and crying around sharing them openly. Or some of you going through what you think is like sore throats, problems with like your larynx, or I'm getting, what are those sweets that you get, lozenges, and having and going through a ton of those, and they don't seem to be working because your situation's deeper than that. I also want you to look into what it is when you have certain birthmarks or beauty marks or moles around your body, where they reside in. A lot of you who are looking into your abilities will find that these marks, these markings will tell you a lot about what your soul choices are. For example, throats. I don't know if you've seen here, but I have a ton of them on my throat. Some of you may have a ton on your chest, some on your arms, some on your face. I have one here. They're different. They tell you different things. Some on your hands. Sit with yourself in these times of feeling like you are unwell and see what your vessel is telling you. Okay, let's get into the cards. Accept what is. The act of acceptance will bring peace. Yeah. That's what you're struggling with. That's the struggle right now. You're not accepting it. Accept what is. Accept what is. Let it come forth is the second one. 222. Let it come forth. Accept what is. Give yourself permission to feel it. That's literally what I was just talking about. Someone is sitting here beside themselves because it's like they don't want it to be true. It's like, say it ain't so, but it's so. So we ain't gonna say it's not. And you literally can't say it's not because it's what you are. Accept what is. The act of acceptance will bring peace. All right, I'm going to look into what the two these two have to say. So the Kambaba Jasper is optimal well-being. Okay. It's earthly energy. In the mind, it aids endurance and enhances wisdom. And in the spirit, it removes karmic blockages and programs, which is part of the holding back from your psychic gifts. Kambaba Jasper resonates with the oldest parts of the brainstem and autonomic processes. It also supports the digestive system, detoxification, and the assimilation of vitamins and minerals. That's that one. And the azurite is for psychic gifts. It's actually called the third eye activator. Well, won't you do it? He, she, they, whoever you, talk to. Body, it helps with the brain, the throat, the joints, the spine, kidney, gallbladder, spleen, liver, thyroid, bones, teeth, skin, embryonic development. Ain't those all of those organs we were chatting about earlier in the chat? Okay. All right then. Mind, it soothes stress and overcomes worries and sadness and provides perspective. Well, pretty much maps. 222 is definitely relevant for some of you. And I'm getting for some of you, that's the age. Like you've had this since you were 2, and then maybe you asked for it to go away and it came back at 22, or you've had it since 2022. That's when it came on for you. Those are relevant. Or it started to come in round. I'm getting February. I'm getting, there's 2 of you as well. Like it's like you and a partner, but then I'm also getting some twin energy going on, whether that's your divine twin or whether that is a physical twin.
So Diana was just thinking about the beauty marks and birthmarks as you spoke about it.
Anything
She's been noticing a bunch of new ones.
Yep. And as we speak to our vessel and ask for a lot of that junk DNA to be turned on, and we stop referring to it as junk, you will see a lot of these changes happen in your outside vessel, and lots of these markings will speak to you as to your path ahead. Thank you. Rebirth. Nostalgia. A gift from childhood. Yep, some of you all had this since you were young. But you put it off. It's like you put it on hold for like 20 odd years. But then we got the King of Swords. The truth is cut through, and it's cut through with a quickness. It's like you put it off, but now's the time. There's no back and forth about it. There's no pause button. We're getting the lovers. I knew there was a partnership here. And for some of you, it will be a divine partnership. And for others, it will be just, I'm hiding the picture because of, forget it. You get the gist. YouTube be wilding. I'm getting the lovers because for some of you, it is your divine partner that has kind of like activated this within you. For some of you, it is a physical twin. For some of you, this is you meeting back up and integrating with your child self. Childhood recollection from the younger you to the you that said, okay, I don't want to deal with this. And you've kind of put that to rest. It's as if you've let go of the idea that asking that child to diminish themselves was a bad thing. You couldn't cope at the time. It was too much. That's okay. Now you're ready. You are to cut all of that guilt or shame around any of that away. This is here to stay, and you are back in harmony and sync with this side of yourself. Any last parting messages as they move forward in this? What are we getting? Not all of those cards. I refuse. Thank you. Strength. Yeah. And expansion. We're getting strength and we're getting expansion. You are to look at this as the world is your oyster. and you are to have the strength to move forward in your new so-called gifts. They're not gifts, they're abilities that have been dormant in you for a very long time. We know the backstory there. They're back. Now it's time for you to move forward with them. There's one side of you that is left there, if you see with the guy at the side, but he's got another part of him where he's taken this forward into his new life. Okay? You know that your next step forward is with these in your hands, with your full abilities in your hands, and you to have this strength when you move forward in it. I'm going to get some oracle.
So Diana saying some form what look like constellation, by the way, and the childhood things, but
it's a gift that you inherited, and I'm getting a loving offer, and I'm getting change of heart. Yeah, that was a change in you. You saw that maybe I have to look at this differently, and what did fell across with it? You are magnetic. Fully follow your intuition. If you know, you know. And that fell out with the strength card and the expansion card. Say no more. It's okay.
Celeste.
Taylor Zola's time. And believe it or not, there's actually a clock on there. Yeah, time's up. This would be the time for you to let it come forth. All right, that's the end of your reading. Thank you so much for being here. Again, another beautiful Sunday chat. And thanks for letting me do your readings. If anything resonated with you, know that I have my channel. I am Shamel, and I drop readings wheneverly on there. Sometimes by myself, sometimes with my daughter Grace. She's tapped in as well. And we do our thing over there. So thanks again.
So two things I wanted to talk about. So obviously I pinned in the chat Shem's link. So if you want to book a personalized reading with Shem, you got the link just there. If not, it's in the description of the video. And then next week, if I'm right, it's the event, the Soul Gathering event, always the last weekend of the month. So Corey is going to be there. Bless is going to be there. So if you are interested about it, link in the description. I can actually just put the link in the chat where you can register. It's the price of a coffee. So let me see. I'll try to put the link in the description now so you guys can actually, and also as the link for the Discord as well.
Yep.
Let me put this in the description for you guys.
That event is an opportunity. It's much like Patreon, but we just don't do Patreon. We do this, and a lot of us just meet up and we have a good old natter and a chat and catch up about different things that we've been through, different things we've experienced. But we get the chance to do that video to video, face to face, or you can just sit in the chats again. But then we share between the wider community as well. So if you're into it, it always lands on the last weekend of the month.
Last weekend of the month. Let me see. I'll just paste this now. There we go. I think it's too much. Compost all of these. I'll have to post less.
It's okay.
Yeah, no.
You can go to our posts also on YouTube, community posts, and all the information is also there. Thank you all. I'm not going to catch all of your names, but I see you all in the chats, and the chats are always a wonderful place to be. For any newcomers who are just listening in and you're kind of apprehensive about the chats, know that you are going to be welcomed and your thoughts and opinions are going to be respected. And maybe you have something to share, an opinion to share that is going to be able to bring someone else some extra perspective in their lives. Until then, just have a wonderful week moving forward. And as per usual, much love to all of you. And as always,
thank you, everybody.
Thank you, everyone. All right. Ciao.
Ciao.